Hello, friends. Hope all of you are doing well. Welcome to the last session on feminist theories. That is your block 6 of your literary criticism and theory paper. In today's session, we are going to discuss about a very recent feminist, that is your Elaine Showalter. We're going to discuss the contribution of Elaine Showalter in the field of feminist criticism and much more. So do watch the video till the end, and if it adds any value to your preparation, do consider to hit the like button so that we can reach a wider audience. Also, do not forget to check out the description for the notes and analysis of today's lecture, and also some beautiful videos narrated in my voice which will definitely delight you. Now, without any further delay, let's get started. Now, before we get started with the contribution of Elaine Showalter in the field of literary criticism, or like we can say that feminist criticism, let us discuss a little bit about Elaine Showalter. So she was born on 1941 on January 21st, and she is an American literary critic, feminist and writer on cultural and social issues. She influenced feminist literary criticism in the United States academia, developing the concept and practice of gynocritics. Now, this particular terminology is very, very important, and you should definitely mention it in your term and examination. This particular term is used for describing the study of women as writers. Now, Showalter has written and edited numerous books and articles focused on a variety of subjects, from feminist literary criticism to fashion, sometimes sparking controversy, because we know that most of the cases what happens in case of feminist writers is that some of their content do sparks controversies, as we have seen now in the previous cases. Sometimes the books are banned as well. Now, especially with her work on illnesses, Showalter has been a television critic for People magazine and a commentator on BBC radio and television as well. She is a recipient of the Truman Capote Award for Literary Criticism. Now, what is more important is that you know some of the best known works of Showalter, which definitely includes works like Towards a Feminist Poetics, 1979, The Female Malady, Woman Madness and English Culture from 1830 to 1980, that was published in 1985, Sexual Anarchy, Gender and Culture at the Fin de Cycle, 1990, Histories, Hysterical Epidemics and Modern Media, 1997, and Inventing Herself, Claiming a Feminist Intellectual Heritage, 2001. In 2007, Showalter was the chair of the judges for the prestigious British Literary Award, the Man Booker International Prize. Now let us shift our focus to the contribution of Elaine Showalter to the field of feminist criticism. Elaine Showalter is a prominent figure in the field of feminist literary criticism whose works have significantly contributed to the development of feminist literary theory. She is best known for her seminal work, A Literature of Their Own, British Woman Novelist from Bronte to Lessing, which was published in 1977. Now, clearly, goes without any doubt that you have to mention this particular work, which is also considered to be her most significant work, that is, A Literature of Their Own, British Woman Novelist from Bronte to Lessing. In this particular book, Showalter challenged the male-dominated literary canon by arguing that women's writing is a distinct and valuable category that deserves recognition and study. She argued that women's writing should not be judged by male standards, but should be evaluated on its own terms as a product of women's unique experiences and perspectives. Clearly, we see that in this particular society, which is male dominated and which follows the guidelines of the patriarchal society, in most of the cases, it is also dominated over the literature. And Showalter clearly despises this particular fact, and she is not in the mood to acknowledge the fact that the work of women should be judged by male standards. So Showalter also introduced the concept of gynocritics, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, which refers to the study of women's literature as a distinct field of inquiry. She argued that gynocritics should focus on three main areas of inquiry: the female author, the female reader, and the female literary tradition. By examining these three areas, gynocritics seeks to uncover the ways in which women have been excluded from literary canon and how women writers have resisted patriarchal oppression through their works. Clearly, if this question is coming for 20 marks in your term and examination, you have to mention the works of Showalter in a very descriptive and discreet manner, and it is important that you mention more than one. So clearly, another significant contribution of Showalter to feminist criticism is her concept of the feminine phase of women's writing. According to Showalter, women's writing has gone through three phases: the feminine feminist and the female. Clearly, this particular concept, this is a concept actually, the feminine concept, and according to Showalter, it has three phases: the feminine, feminist, and female. Now, let us discuss one by one what are these particular phases. The feminine phase, which began in 1840s and lasted until the early 20th century, is characterized by women writers who internalized patriarchal norms and produced works that were primarily concerned with domesticity, sentimentality, and romantic love. Alright, so this is a very early phase which Showalter is mentioning, the feminine phase, and this is the particular phase. The writers, the women writers, that means the feminists, were more focused on topics like sentimentality, romantic love, and domesticity. This was also a period where most of the female authors or writers used to have pseudonyms. Alright, pseudonyms means having a fake name for their work, because obviously in that particular period the work of women were not taken too seriously. Now, following that, we have the feminist phase, which began in 1960s, and it is characterized by women writers who were actively challenging patriarchal norms and using their writing to promote social and political change. Now, clearly we know that the 60s and 70s were the period in United States where it was when it was hit by the second wave of feminism. Now, for those of you who don't know what do you mean by second wave of feminism, it means a particular movement that was initiated by a particular community of women asking for equal rights, and who were against the process of discrimination faced by the women in different sections of society. Okay, so in that particular period, the female writer were focusing more on the social and political change in their writing. Now, followed by the female phase, which began in the 1980s, and it is characterized by women writers who are now exploring new forms of expression and challenging traditional notions of gender and identity. Overall, what we can see is that Showalter's contribution to feminist criticism have been significant in helping to establish women's writing as a legitimate and valuable field of inquiry. Her work has also helped to raise awareness about the ways in which gender and power intersect in literary texts, and how these intersections can be used to illuminate the experiences of women. So this is the video, guys. I believe this particular session has added some value to your preparation for your upcoming term and examination. In case if you have any other doubt in this particular lecture, then do feel free to comment in the comment section. I'll definitely try to address it in the following sessions. And yes, do not forget to check out the notes and analysis pinned in the description along with the videos which are narrated in my voice. Will definitely delight your mind. And do consider to join our social community handles, that is our Facebook group and our Facebook page. Both the links are given in the description. Also, do not forget to check out the links of various other playlists of your other papers of your term of your IGNOU syllabus, that is your MEG. Until we meet next time, God bless you and thank you all.